This week, coming up from the ashes.
But before I give my full 2 cents, what about you, Arson?
I don't care.
At least we try.
Dude, anything you guys say is just fucking negative. Like, damn, why you bitches all negative all the time?
Let's say something positive, bitch.
Me negative? Excuse you.
He just
Nearly
went
this
on-
whole damn episode, man. Please. Can we just, move on to, the better stuff? There's nothing
Lamar
to
and
be
Luigi
said here
Brothership.
that hasn't already been said. And that isn't on here.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to From the Ashes. Let me just ask you all, did you all have a fabulous Thanksgiving? If you did, just let us know. We're on, we're after Thanksgiving, we're into December, and we're ready to take Christmas by storm. And what better off than talking about the Game of the Year candidates that's coming up in a week? I think that'd be a really cool thing to talk about with my buds. And speaking of my buds, I've got my co-host, as always, Arson. Arson, how you doing, bud?
Since you introduce the others as well, I feel like this style of doing things is getting pretty old, man.
But you know what? It's okay. And we have Ocean. Ocean is with us in place for Amanda this week. And
Hot diggity dog.
Hot diggity dog. I hope you're having a good week as well, my friend. And then we also have Grim. Grim, welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
What was that? You're like, oh.
I was gonna say hello.
Oh.
And then
So, anyways, we're going to be talking about the Game of the Year awards for 2024, and we're going to go through pretty much the whole list, with the exception of a few things like the e-gamer stuff and streamer stuff. No one cares about that stuff. So, we are going to get into the bulk of it and talk mainly about the games, Game of the Year, hence, But anyways, let's start it off at the beginning of the list. We're going to talk mainly about the first Game of the Year, and inside of the Game of the Year, the nominees for it are Astrobot, Balatro. Did I say that right?
I think so.
Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor Tazio? Metaphor, whatever. What's a metaphor? Anyway, so what do you guys think about these choices for Game of the Year?
Based on what I've heard about all of them, it's a solid lineup. I think there's better, but overall, I think it was an okay lineup.
Look, when I don't know half the games, that shows me.
Why is Balatro on the Balatro is like a card game? What the fuck is the world coming to?
I saw a really funny tweet where someone was super pissed that the card game, Balatro got nominated, but what is it? Stellar Blade didn't. And
Well, they could have nominated literally anything else for Game of the Year, and they chose a fucking card game.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a roguelike. No,
Shut the fuck.
a
shut the fuck
roguelike
up.
card game.
Yeah,
Truly inspirational.
That's literally
Bitch.
all I
Back in your corner, nerd. No.
That's all I know about it.
Yeah, so the only two that I can really talk about, I know what Astrobot is, but Elden Ring and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I feel like those are two solid picks. I don't really know Black Myth Wukong. I think I've heard of it.
Black Myth Wukong looked like it was pretty good. It looked like it had pretty good visuals and other stuff, but I don't know if it belongs on the list. Personally,
All right, so Ocean, if you had one game to replace on there, say take Balatro off, what would you put on?
Probably Space Marine Warhammer 40K. I feel like they deserve
That was
Game
a
of the
good
Year.
one.
That game is fucking good. That is worth
Yeah.
every dollar.
What about you, Grim? Same question.
I have two, but Assassin will pick the other one. Mario Luigi Brothership. We've been how long? The last one came out in like 2018, and then Alpha Dream died, and now they brought it back. So I'm just happy. And IGN is stupid. It's
Yeah.
not a 5. It's peak.
All right, so what about you, Arson?
Sonic and Shadow Generations.
See, I wanna play that. Which one would you replace? Obviously, probably Balatro.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for me, I don't know. I really like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That's a really good one to have on there. Elden Ring, I've never played, but I've seen it played a lot. But there is a game that just went back on sale for Black Friday that I think that it really does deserve a spot on this list. But it's on sale through Epic, and if you guys want to get it, it's like 95% off. It's like the $100 digital deluxe edition, and they got it for $5 right now. So if you get a chance to pick it up, I suggest you pick up Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League.
Oh, that's a low blow, man.
No, so okay. I'm sorry, I had to do it, but the truth is, it is on sale, and basically, we've talked trash about this game before. Like Arson went on a huge tangent earlier in the year about it, and it was great. So I told Graham I was going to do that to him in this because I told him, he said I would buy it possibly if it goes on sale really cheap. Who knew the first year it was out, it was going to go on sale 95% off? That tells you the quality of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this. I had like a $1.50 on my Epic account where I was able to take off of that. So I literally got the game for like $3.50. And I don't regret it. Will I ever play it? Probably not. But at least I have one of the last things Kevin Conroy did. So that being said, I was just messing with you on that one, Arson. It's a complete trash game, like you said. So we'll move on from there. But there are a lot of games that I've played this year that are like excellent, and that goes from what, Spider-Man 2? Didn't that come out this year? Or was that last year?
That was last
That was last year.
Ah, dang it, man. See, I'm getting my old years mixed up. Never mind then. I'm just gonna stick to what's on the list right now. So I really do enjoy some of the games that are out. I think Power World was a really good game. But with everything going on with the Nintendo lawsuit, they're changing the game, and it's kind of stupid. But we'll probably get into that later. So anyway, yeah, that's game of the year, guys. Next we've got the best game direction. And again, there's a lot of the same actually it's the same exact list as before. So it's Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor. That's I don't know. I think we've already talked enough about that. I think Final Fantasy VII is going in a good direction, mainly because, like, with they're following the storyline. But I don't know much about their directors and whatnot. So, do you guys want to talk about this any or move on?
I
What do
don't
you
know.
think, man?
I'm good to just move on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, literally the top, 5 of these, I don't know any of the fucking games.
Yeah. So, all right. So we'll move on. I feel like Arson's being a little cranky today. Man, did you get enough sleep?
No, I just hate that we're being faced with such a topic that we basically have no stake in. The only two games we can really talk about here are Shadow of the Earth Tree and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah.
Everything
Pretty
else
much,
means
yeah.
nothing to me.
I don't think that's just to you. I think that's to pretty much anyone voting.
Yeah. I mean, and because of that, one of those two are going to be the winners, I would say. Like,
Oh yeah.
unless they've got the NFL refs in there, and then they're going to choose the one that's favorite to the Kansas City Chiefs and have them win.
Balatro's
Yeah.
I was rooting for Balatro at this point, just as a big fuck you to everybody. But I don't know.
A card game wins it all.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for anyone who put any hard work into anything, just know a card game fucking beat you. Enjoy.
So many Elden Ring fans would be seething.
Yeah.
I can keep seething.
They should be seething. They're competing against a fucking card game already.
Yeah, the standards are pretty low.
When your
So-
standards is card game, what the fuck? What do we even do with that?
We got Final
You know-
Fantasy VII Elden Ring Uno. No.
I will say this.
Risk.
I will say this. I think the fact that a simple card game is able to compete with a game that already got Game of the Year, the Final Fantasy series, and then two other no one cares about Black Myth. But like the fact it's able to compare with them, clearly there's something there. There is something like there that's worth buying. But you know how hard it is to convince someone, oh yeah, this card game is a rival to Elden Ring. You know what I mean? Like I think that's the
Like, who
That's
the fuck
where-
is recommending Balatro in their on their Discord server? Like, you know what you guys should go buy and play? I got this cool card game.
Balatro.
I just, yeah. Anyway, so
Porno? Anyway,
yeah,
like,
Ron Jeremy's comes out of retirement for Bellatro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, I don't even know if he's in retirement. Don't really care. Anyways, we're moving on. Best narrative. Best narrative has a little bit of a different lineup, which is good. It's only got 2 games from the last 2, whatchamacallits. So that's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, or Silent Hill 2.
I still don't like the choices. I'm gonna be fucking honest.
So basically, best narrative would be like the best storyline, basically, right?
I think so. And once
Yeah,
again,
that
I think they
seems-
fucked us over on the choices.
I've never played Infinite Wealth. I've heard very, 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 very good things about it from a couple different people, especially Flurp. But the only one I really truly know is the original Silent Hill 2. I don't know this one because I know they've made changes to it. And I know Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because I've played it. And so I would have to say for me, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth would have to win that one for me because, I mean, it's my favorite game of all time anyways, the Final Fantasy VII game in itself. So I don't know though. I don't know. It's just really, when I look at this stuff, I was excited about doing this for a podcast.
You really dropped the ball on this one, man.
It's not my fault.
I don't think that's his fault. That's more so the games, the
you,
selection.
Jim.
No, it's definitely his fault. We started the podcast just a year earlier. We really would have had something to discuss then.
If we would have started it when I wanted to, then we would have been able to. But instead, we started January 15th. That's right, guys. January 15th, not February. It was January. Arson was right. I was wrong. Anyways, on that note, we got the best art direction coming up next, and that's Astrobot, Black Myth, Elden Ring, Metaphor, and Neva. What's Neva? Does anybody know?
I
Don't
don't fucking know. Here, I'll Google it.
I have
Sounds kind of familiar.
I have never heard of that. No, nothing.
Nope.
Dang.
What the
Nope.
is this? I'm looking at it. I still don't know what it is.
Man, There's a lot of trash on these lists, guys.
Just
Bruh,
just
can
to
we
be
skip
different,
to we actually know some of the games. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
just to be different, I'm gonna say the best art direction is Astrobot, simply because Sony has so many IPs they can reference, and the little robot guys are cute. I like them.
What
That's-
in
that's
the
my-
world is Neva?
I already said them for best game of the year, but I think Warhammer 40k Space Marine would still do really good on the art section.
It would. It would.
Like,
That was just all around a solid game. Like, it was just a
Yeah.
good game.
like I have zero complaints about that game. That shit came out perfect.
The nominees this year just have no clash.
No.
It's like who got a free hand job to get these games on the fucking list, bro? What the fuck?
What did the developer of Balatreo have to do?
Yeah, what the Balacho guy? How many under the desk sessions did that guy have with whoever was picking?
It's just so.
Didn't
yeah.
Helldivers 2 come out this year?
Yes.
It did, but I'm not gonna
Well,
lie. I'm kind of
no,
glad it's not
no.
on this list.
I know as of lately it doesn't have exactly the highest following, but it started off extremely
Kind of
strong.
fucking sucks.
Well, but see, the thing is Helldivers does pop up on the list later on.
It
So
does.
Oh.
it is in here, just not up at the top apparently.
Just not in any of the
It's-
cool categories.
Yeah, it got squeaked in one of the fucking redundant categories.
They had the longest in scene credits. Yay! No, it's just like
Okay.
the
Yo,
reward for the longest credits at the end scene or end. Like, oh boy.
dude, whatever ball washer made this list, I hope they get taken out back and beat up. This is awful.
It really is like the best art direction. I'm not even. I refuse to even think of one in there. I bet Elden Ring has a lot better art. You know,
I know Black Myth had fairly good art too, so I guess that's fine. But like
Neva. I looked up Neva and I see
dude,
this.
I still don't
cloud
understand
deer
what
or
the
something
fucking game
wolf.
is after looking at it.
It's just really, yeah. Okay, moving on. So we've got the
You
best
anime
score
nerd.
music now. Now we with the best score music we have did some music like soundtracks and whatnot in here before. So really the only one that I know though out of these is still Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I know that soundtrack is so good. The score was beautiful. Astrobot, have no idea. Metaphor, have no idea. Silent Hill 2, I know the original. But I've not played the newest one. And then of course there's the new one on there, Stellar Blade.
Elden Ring didn't get one.
Elden Ring did
That's
not
surprising.
get one
Dude,
on there.
I'm just noticing the trend on this list. Is everybody here hasn't played 90% of what they've chosen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Across 4 people with entirely different gaming perspectives on what they do on their free time. Nobody has played that shit.
It's crazy. I mean, I don't understand why they how do they come up with these lists? It can't be from people.
Yeah, I was about to say it can't be from like a user player thing. Like, there's no
Yeah.
way. Because like I heard of Stellar Blade when it came out in like what, February, and it looked like Bayonetta, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But that is as far as I remember it going.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, they got the Steam Awards coming up too. And I bet you the Steam Awards list would be a lot better than this because I think the Steam Awards actually go off of like people's like reviews and whatnot. I could be wrong, but
I could see it being going either way on that one.
all right. And then I have no idea what best audio design would be. I mean, I thought score and music would be that, but
maybe it's just all the other audio outside of music, which becomes
Like
kind of
ambience and
stupid
stuff?
in my opinion.
yeah,
Well, I consider
Yeah.
ambience is often part of the music, but
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
would that be the sounds that the characters make?
yeah. I mean,
At that point, I'm going
can we
voice
just
acting.
skip this category?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just go to.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, we've also got best performance that I'm assuming it's for an actor or actress inside of the games, which I can give two
Also,
props about
case
that as
skipping
well.
that one.
So, this is fabulous, guys. Let's go to innovation of accessibility. Wow. So, innovation of accessibility. Top of the list is Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And you know what I think of when I think of Call of Duty? Innovation.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I know exactly why they said Black Ops 6, and it's because it's free on Xbox for anyone with Game Pass. That's probably the
I'm
only
not gonna
reason
lie.
with that.
Anytime I see people like hardcore defending Xbox, they're more so just defending the Game Pass than
Yeah,
Xbox
no, I wasn't
itself.
defending Xbox.
Oh
Like
no, no, it's
Xbox
just
sucks,
something
but
I brought
dude,
up.
we got Game Pass. We got this free on.
I mean,
Yeah, it
I
still
grew
sucks.
up on it, but Microsoft just fucked everything up and hasn't done anything. So it's silly
Mhm.
shitter.
All right, so that first game on the innovation of accessibility, Call of Duty. Next one is Diablo 4. Then we got Dragon Age, Divine Veilguard, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, and Star Wars Outlaws.
Wasn't that Dragon Age game? Didn't the developers of it like complain about people's expectations because of Baldur's Gate 3? And they said that Baldur's Gate 3 overcompensated and like gave them too much.
Oh,
I remember hearing something about that, and I thought that was hilarious. It's like, okay, so
that's them
you're going to
whining.
say that, yeah, literally, you're going to say a competitor gave your target audience too much, so instead of one upping them, you complain about it and beg people for sales. That's rich.
So it's funny. Okay, I've been seeing like these. I can't remember that they like do like the little cartoon remakes of like Mario and all that, and they just make little ribs at it and stuff like that. And there was this one where Mario, it's like, what if you had like pay for stuff inside of a Mario game, like transactions,
Mm.
and he goes up and hits one of the blocks. And it pops up a thing like pay $5 for this power up.
Oh my!
And I was like, I remember when every game back then, when you bought it, you got the whole
You
content. You
got the
didn't have to
entire
pay.
game.
Right. You didn't have to
Did
pay
I-
for jack squat. And if you did, they came out with a whole second game that was like a true expansion, you know?
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
how it was when I was a kid.
And
Like
now it's
like
like
I'll,
you pay for everything, but yet one game creator decides to come out with a game where you get everything, no transactions on the inside, everything laid out, all their cards laid out on the table, and they get like, really? That's because it's just it irks me because the people at Dragon Age, they may have a good looking game, and they do. It looks pretty good, but if they're gonna sit there and piss moan about like, oh, if you guys give them the whole game, what's that gonna do? We're gonna have to start, releasing stuff more and blah blah blah. Shut up.
mhm.
Gosh, like I'm just saying, like they did it right when they released it, and they've got more content coming out. Like Arson and I were discussing this yesterday, Arson? Well, Grim was in here too. And we were
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
we were talking about how they've got their what are they doing in that game, Arson?
Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
They're adding 12 new subclasses and crossplay.
So adding 12 new subclasses, and of course I brought up the question to him as soon as he said that. I was like, wait, I thought they were leaving, they were doing this thing like completely, like that was they're adding more content. I thought it was already out. And he was like, yeah, but they're doing it and it's free. It's adding in and da 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 da. I was like, well, you can't complain about that, but people will.
Mhm.
But like, I'm surprised that I have not seen that game on here thus far.
Well, that's because it came out last year and it won last year.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
sleep through the game awards?
I never pay attention to them, to be honest. For BS like this, though.
What was I gonna say? Damn it.
Well, it's definitely there. You only gotta go a
Oh.
little lower.
When you were talking about like if you paid for a DLC, like it was a whole nother game. I think that's why Shadow of the Erdtree is on this list to begin with. It is basically its own game. Like with how much stuff you get, like it obviously, like if you were to compare the two when they first came out, Elden Ring obviously is still, a bigger game. It has more, but like I don't think you could have gotten much better than what Shadow of the Erdtree provided for Elden Ring.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't disagree with that. It's just, I don't know. It's all about microtransactions nowadays. And, you know, anything they can do to make extra money. I remember a time when it was just they were happy to make the game and make millions and millions of dollars off that one game instead of making millions and millions of dollars off that one game and then like adding content. And here I'll add a freaking, you know, couple outfits in there and that'll grab your attention. You can spend thousands and thousands of dollars on that now. Like it's
Yeah, and Elden Ring is that first bit. Like Miyazaki, you know, he straight up said that like Elden Ring is the closest he's gotten to a game that he thinks is good,
yeah.
which is crazy because he's made all of the other FromSoft games, and they are substance over, you know, over like quantity. Like
Yeah.
Dark Souls 1, not really that long of a game. Like you're gonna die a lot, obviously, but it's not really that long of a game. But what is there is so good that like if you leave dissatisfied, either you didn't finish it or you just didn't understand what was going on.
So there's a game coming out on Thursday. Actually, it's early access on Thursday. So it's Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And I plan on playing that through its entirety. Don't know how long the gameplay is going to take. Not sure. I'm hoping for at least a good 50-hour game just straight through without having to do anything else. At least, you know, but we'll see. So when I launch this game on Thursday, I'm hoping that it's in its entirety. I know they said that there's works for a because I know there is a DLC coming out for it. But I got the bigger the deluxe edition so I can get that included. So and I don't mind that. You know, if you get the deluxe edition and it says the things are included, it should be included. Like, okay, I'm not complaining about Mortal Kombat 1. All right, or Mortal Kombat in general. But you know, Mortal Kombat, when you pay a big amount of money for like the deluxe edition and stuff like that, you should have access to all the things ahead of the, you know, like for instance, WWE 2K24. You get their Road to WrestleMania edition and you get everything. All their releases and everything. But other games it's not like that. So I understand paying for content. I understand it, but give the person the option to get everything. You know what I mean? If it's in the plans, then get it. You know, I don't know. It just seems like this episode's more of a bitch fest than anything right now. But
it's just complaining about the choices on the list for 90% of it.
I mean,
yeah,
it's true. I mean, so okay, let's go on to the next one. We're not even halfway through yet. It says,
what are we on to?
We're on Games for Impact. Closer the Distance. Have no idea what that is. Indica. Neva again, or Neva, whatever. Life is Strange, Double Exposure. Hellblade 2, or Tales of Kenzura Zhao.
Real quick, is everyone in favor of just skipping to the best ongoing game?
No, I mean, I don't even know what half those are. I know what Life is Strange.
Well,
Double
that's
Exposure
why I
is.
said that. I don't know
Yeah.
what any of those fucking games are. If somebody does it, would like to
Yeah.
talk about them, go for it. But I personally think we could just skip to the fucking next one.
All right, so
yeah.
best ongoing game. I actually know every one of these.
Yeah, same.
So we've got Destiny 2, we've got Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2. So best ongoing game, which in your opinion should win this, Graham?
In my opinion,
Yes.
I know that Destiny 2 has a lot of content, and I don't know if they've ever really played on stopping. There's no way that Fortnite is stopping anytime soon, especially with Godzilla. Helldivers 2 dropped off a while ago, in my opinion.
It was so heavy though, man. It was like so saturated, and all of a sudden it's like you never hear about it anymore.
Like, it was a good game, but then like the developers, they just kept doing unnecessary things that just made it less fun to play, and it just got to the point where it wasn't fun anymore. It was just grinding. You know what I mean?
And the funny thing is I had a lot of people trying to get me to play with them, and by the time I was ready to play with them, they were like, "I'm over it." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm not getting that." Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Probably Fortnite.
Oh,
like,
gosh,
I know you're gonna be miffed about it, but like whenever I see, miffed. Whenever I see Fortnite doing stuff, I'm just like, dang, that's cool. Like they're doing something new, and then they're also adding a licensed character. You know what I mean? Like like you can't deny that they respect the IPs that they get heavily. They
I can
really
deny
do.
anything when it comes to Fortnite.
Oh, you can be as wrong as you like.
All right, Grim lost his turn. Ocean. I'm kidding.
But yeah, no, like Fortnite just they respect their IPs, and they just, if anything, they innovate more, because every single season there's always some sort of new like gimmick, and if it's praised enough, it stays. Like the no build mode, the only mode anyone should ever play. Like, that's good. And I saw the trailer for like the newest season. I think there's like no fall damage, and you do like a little roll whenever you hit the ground. That's neat. Obviously, I don't think that's going to be permanent, but I mean, that's still cool, whatever. And I'm not going to lie, it like the IPs kind of carry it. Who doesn't want to see Godzilla? Who doesn't want to see Godzilla?
Japan.
Exactly.
Japan.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But you know what? They've dealt with him for 70 some years. They can deal with him for another.
And then he moved to New York. It was an odd choice, but
Yeah,
he wanted to hang out with Kong. All right, so Ocean, what do you think on this list? Best ongoing game?
And I really wanted to say Helldivers 2, because the game was just so fun. It was such a different experience when it came out, and for a while. When, like Graham said, the developers just made some really dumb fucking choices for some reason. So then I hate Fortnite, never gonna pick that. So that puts me at Destiny 2, I think. Although it's not my normal cup of tea, I think the game is probably one of the best ongoing games that I've seen. Overall.
To be fair, I think I'd have to agree with you on that. But before I give my full 2 cents, what about you, Arson?
I don't care.
At least we try.
Dude, anything you guys say is just fucking negative. Like, damn, why you bitches all negative all the time?
Let's say something positive, bitch.
Me negative? Excuse you.
Nearly this whole damn episode, man. Please. Can we just, like, move on to, like, the better stuff? There's nothing to be said here that hasn't already been said. And that isn't on here.
Should be, though.
What isn't on there? What'd you say,
Mario
Grim?
Luigi Brothership.
Oh. Yeah, sorry, that's not on here. No, but like out of the
Stupid
picks,
list.
though, you don't have any to pick off there?
I'll just freaking go with Grimm, so I'll go with Fortnite.
He's just doing that as spite for you, just so you know.
Probably.
That's a part of it, yeah.
Oh, look, the next section has Balatro in it.
Oh my
god. No, best community sports
you can't escape.
Baldur's Gate 3, move on.
So best community support has Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. So obviously Arson made his 2 cents by saying Baldur's Gate, move on, but What about you, Graham? What would you choose out of the best community support?
I might have to agree. Like Baldur's Gate is like I feel like the dev team there actually understands the players,
Yeah.
and like they're just yeah.
It's interesting how No Man's Sky is on here. Like,
Why?
I mean, with how much of a comeback they made, I feel like it's justified no matter how long ago the comeback was.
I mean, fair enough. Like, I can't look. I know I didn't start off playing No Man's Sky, but like Zombie did. And he said that it was like really just not that great. And then they made so much of a big overhaul on it, and it just became amazing. And I played it after the overhaul, so I think it's a great game. But I don't know about community support. And of course, I don't even want to get into community support for Fortnite, but anyways, so I think you guys are right. I think Baldur's Gate would probably be one of the ones on there that'd probably be the best. So
I was
plus,
gonna say it sure as hell isn't Helldivers though.
yeah,
I'm fine with any other pick aside from Helldivers.
Well, it follows the same thing I said last time. Helldivers 2 came out, great. Devs fucked it up. We move on. We hate Fortnite, and then we choose Baldur's Gate 3.
yeah. I mean, Final Fantasy 14. I played a little bit of that, but I don't know enough for the community support. I know the people I talk to that play it really love the game. So, you know, I don't know. And plus I feel like I've been picking everything that has Final Fantasy on it for the most part. So I've been straying away from Final Fantasy 14 because I've only played. I got a free pass for a month when I got the game. And then after that, it was just like I didn't play it again because I'm not a big on subscription based games. So, but that being said, there are a lot better independent games than what's on this next list. And of course, we've got Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50. I have not heard of any of these games.
I'm gonna choose Balatro for the meme, and then I'm not gonna say anything else because I don't know them.
Yeah, I agree.
Balatro is going to sweep them this year. You watch.
The Balatro sweep.
Well, if they put enough categories, it's bound to fucking win something when the other options suck dick too.
I'm gonna laugh if it just wins everything it's in.
Oh my gosh, it's in mobile. Jeez.
It is? What?
All right. Next one is the best debut indie game, and lo and behold, it's Balatro, Animal Well, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and The Plucky Squire.
Right. I'm cool with the Manor Lords
Okay.
one. That game is fucking fantastic.
I've heard of the Plucky Squire, and it looks goofy and silly, so I'm gonna pick that. I've heard of that rather than Balatro.
I've heard Manor Lords too.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
Dude, I have so many hours in that. It's so good. And it's a one man team.
The Plucky Squire just sounds so much, I think of Plucky Duck, from the Tiny Toon Adventures. I don't know why. I could see Plucky Duck being a squire. I don't know. I just like. All right, so best mobile games. We've got Raid Shadow Legend. No, I'm just kidding.
Let me stop you right there. I'm cool with skipping the mobile games.
Oh no, we're gonna do this. AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, Wuthering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero.
I forgot that was a mobile game.
What, Zenless Zone Zero?
Yeah, I actually got that because my buddies were telling me about it, and I saw the what's his name, the robot dude, Billy, and I thought he was cool, and then it just turned out to be all jiggle physics, and I was like, okay, no, I'm out.
Jiggle physics,
dude. You watch one scene from that show, ugh.
I'm just saying, most games sell because of jiggle physics.
it definitely sold because of that.
I mean,
I was there for the cool robot guy, and then it turns out he's shit. he's fucking bad.
Well, we all know Balatro is going to win this one. Either that or the Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket.
I have seen that pop off quite a bit.
Yeah. So, all right. So now we're moving down into the best VR AR game. And we've got Arizona Sunshine Remake, Asgard Wraith 2, Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal Hellsinger VR, or Metro Awakening. I have seen Batman Arkham Shadow. That looks really good. I don't know if you guys have seen that at all, though.
No, but it's Batman, so it's probably gonna win.
Like, I know Arson was. You're into the Arkham series, right, Arson?
I was.
But have you seen anything on Arkham Shadow?
I know he's voiced by Roger Craig Smith again.
Yeah.
I know that Joker isn't an actual prominent villain in it for the first time, finally.
Yeah, and
It already means it's the best Batman game.
well,
Yeah.
they just like in those series they just shove a lot of that down you. Like they got to work that in there, you know. It's like but
Well, the
yeah.
Arkham series is literally about Batman and Joker. That's literally about them. Everything else
well, I
is just
know.
kind of like
Side quests.
what Arkham Shadow does prove for me is that Scarecrow is indeed the best villain.
Scarecrow, man, he is just like
He's the
something
villain
else,
of Arkham.
man. Yeah.
It's been proven that even since the beginning, he's just been the villain. Like Joker was just the poster boy. Like Scarecrow was the real villain
Yeah.
of the entire Arkham series.
Well, let's face it, somebody has to have the brains, and Joker he may have brains, but you know, he's too chaotic to even like care. So like, but you got Scarecrow, man, like he is a really good one. I've had a lot of respect for the Scarecrow whole villain since like the Dark Knight series, like, you know, before that, but like before he was more campy, but they've made him really serious, and I love that. And if I had a newer VR headset, I'd get this game because it won't play on anything other than the meta whatever 1600,000 series, you know. Whatever, but it looks good. Go ahead.
Scarecrow is one of two villains that I actually like in Batman. I hate all other villains. Okay, hate might be a strong word. I do not care for any other villains. I hate Joker. That's who I hate.
Who's the other one?
Bane. I love Scarecrow and I love Bane.
Why do you like Bane?
Because he's just cooler than every other villain, and in his first run, he's the only person that found out who Batman was. In 2 months, no less.
And he broke the Batman.
The simple answer. Oh, because what he shoots himself up with is venom.
Yeah.
All right, calm down.
He's a
Marvel reference aside.
He's a roided up, you know.
I thought you would have liked Clayface, honestly. Clayface is one a lot of people don't talk about.
Clayface, I think he's definitely underutilized, but he doesn't have enough for me to care about him.
Well, he's gonna make
What
the
about
next
Pencil
movie.
Man?
What about
who?
Condiment Man?
What about Calendar Man?
Calendar
Man.
Yes.
Yes,
cow.
the true sleeper agent.
Jeez.
I mean, unless you want to like count in the Beyond villains, I really like the Beyond villains a lot.
Oh man, some of the Beyond villains are the best. I think
Blight and Ink are the ones that stand out. I know there's also Shriek. I like his because he looks like Ultimate Echo Echo.
But yeah. Oh, so I think we're all agreed that out of that category, though, Batman Arkham Shadow.
Batman, yay!
Batman, yay!
But yay, Batman!
I was gonna say I don't much care for VR, and I guess Batman's the only person I even know exists on that. So yeah, sure.
It says Arizona Sunshine Remake. I didn't know there was an Arizona Sunshine.
I played that. That's
Arizona
actually not
Sunshine?
too bad.
Yeah.
Is that like your mouthwash game, Graham?
Oh, shut up! I don't even like that game. I watched one video about it, and suddenly I'm the mouth washing guy. Anyway, no,
better
it's
than your Pornhub tab being open.
all right. You know what? You can make as many false advertisement stories as you like.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get us to enough time that we can run ads.
All right,
Fair.
so
We don't have this.
all right, so we got our next one, which is the best action game, which is Black Myth, Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, or Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2.
Warhammer,
Move on.
so easily.
It's
so
Warhammer,
easily.
hands fucking down. I've played most of these other games. It's still fucking Warhammer, not even close.
Yeah.
Dude, Warhammer made me feel like I was playing an action game on the Xbox
Yeah,
360.
I did. Yeah, it's fucking, it's so good. I haven't felt that
It
way
is.
since I was a kid with certain games.
Yep.
All right, well, since we're all in agreement on that, let's move on to the best action adventure game, which is that. Wait,
Bro, why
Betrayal.
you gotta go back to ass options, bro? What the
Hold
fuck
on.
is this?
why is Astrobot in all caps in this one, but it's not in the other ones?
I don't, dude, because
So we
I
got
mean, I can't make it true.
we got Astrobot, we got Prince of
You
Persia,
picked
the
a
Lost
list
Clown.
made by that was typed out by an IGN employee. I don't know what you expected.
Yeah,
so-
that's true.
It's IGN. It's an IGN agenda. That's why Brothership isn't on it.
Well, yeah, but this is the actual nominees, so like, but the way they typed it
Yeah.
up, that makes sense. So Astrobot, Prince of Persia, Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, or The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom.
Just give it to Astrobot. I don't even know why Silent Hill is on there. It's
That's
not
what I was
supposed
wondering,
to be
too.
an action adventure. Well, I guess it could be like an adventure, but it's more like a what you would call it.
It's more of a
Can't find
horror,
the
like
word.
suspense type of deal.
Yeah, it's more like a slow suspense.
Yeah.
Dude, I
So-
fucking choose Skyrim. I hate these options. I choose Skyrim.
The game that's
I
like
just
15 years old.
Yeah, I just fundamentally don't respect any of these choices, so I choose Skyrim.
I would
Should
choose Legend of
not.
Zelda over most of those because, you know, it is more of an action adventure. You know? All right, so best RPG. None of these.
Damn, didn't
Well,
even ask
okay,
me.
no. Oh, I'm sorry, Grim. Sorry, Grim. So what do you think, Grim?
Astrobot.
Move-
like again, it just comes down to Sony has so many IPs that they can make little references, and I think that's cute. And I like the little robot guy. It's a cool mascot. Sackboy is dead.
He only chose them because
Sure.
it's in all caps. See, you
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like Astrobot. I like Astrobot.
Astrobot.
Yeah.
All right,
He's
so
like, hey, Astrobot, I like little robot.
Exactly. See, he gets it.
all right, so next on our list is the best RPG. And you've got Dragon Dogma 2, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree. We got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor. What do you guys think?
Didn't we already have a previous category? This was the exact fucking list.
No,
I don't think so.
Dragon Dogma 2, I've never even read until now.
Oh,
I don't even know what that is.
Okay, so it's made by Capcom, and a lot of people, me included, now that I've actually played the beta for Monster Hunter Wilds, it's basically like a precursor to Monster Hunter Wilds. So I'm picking that just based on the fact that it basically is like the spiritual father to Monster Hunter Wilds coming out next year. So that's all I need. Shadow of the Year Tree's good, but we've talked about that enough.
All right. So what about you, Arson?
I don't know. Shadow of the Erd Tree. Nah, actually, Infinite Wealth. Even though I haven't played it.
Yeah. I'd have to agree with you on that.
Arson
To be
sounds like
honest.
somebody who the teacher keeps calling on and he's annoyed.
I actually agree with you on that, Arson, because I have not played it either, but I've heard so many great things about it. And I have played Rebirth, but like not all the way through, but I have played it, and it's, to be honest, like I love the way Like a Dragon, like any of the Yakuza games play. I love them. I think they're amazing. So how is this any different, especially when I hear such good praise from it from some of the people I've talked to about it? So that's what I choose as well. What about you, Ocean?
What's up? What'd you ask?
Best RPG
Best RPG
that is on this list.
on this. So Star Wars Outlaws instantly kicked that into the
No,
river.
no, that's an RPG.
No, my bad. Reading the wrong thing still. I still just hate that game. Anyway, I haven't played any of these fucking games. I guess Elden Ring. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well,
You see that? You see that secret like text just right below metaphor? You can barely see it, but if you squint your eyes really closely, you can see Mario and Luigi brothership down there.
well, we know Grim would pick that one. So
I would
Absolutely.
that one.
But none of us respect Grim fundamentally. So
All right. Well, you know
Wow.
what?
Grim, I kind of do.
I kind of did, and then you chose Fortnite.
Yeah, you
I
threw
thought
that
that's
out the
what he
window.
was. That's what
No,
he
I'm just
meant.
kidding. Anyways, best fighting
I
game.
would have given you my full vote, but now I'll just give you half of my vote.
So we've got the Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. We've got this is the best fighting game. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Yep.
Marvel versus Fabcom.
Capcom.
I don't remember that one.
Oh man.
That's a new fighting game where you're just fighting a guy trying to masturbate.
I combined fighting and Capcom. I'm sorry. Anyways,
It's just what he wanted to see.
Marvel versus Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics.
Now we
Then you got
correct it.
Versus, Multiverses, and then Tekken 8. I'm just going to flat out say Tekken 8 on my end right there. Bar none. It is the best out of these.
Okay, as someone who's seen Tekken 8 gameplay, it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. Assassin and I have played the Marvel vs. Capcom collection together. It's good, but the only thing is, it's just ports. Like, there's nothing new there.
Yeah.
Sparking Zero, it is a full-on sequel to what's its face, the Budokai Tenkaichi games, and like I've never played those, but I played Sparking Zero. That game is just fun, except when you play ranked. It's not a game that's meant to be played online, if that makes sense. Like you're not supposed to play anyone that isn't your friend. So I'm gonna skip that one just because, like, that is incredibly fun. And it's more fun than what I had while playing any of the Tekken games. Not to say that they're bad. It's just those Tekken games are not for me. So my vote is Sparking Zero.
All right. After I get Arson's vote, I wanna touch back on what he said. So go ahead, Arson. What's your vote on this one?
I guess I'll give it to Sparking Zero.
All right. So I'm going back on Grim now. I have noticed, and rightfully so, like Grim has favorites. And
Yeah.
like he stated early on that Dragon Ball is like one of his favorites of all time, right?
It's not one of my favorites of all time, but I like it. Don't get too carried away.
Well, I just feel like okay, so I love the Tekken series. I've always loved the Tekken series ever since I played the first one.
Valid.
And like when they introduced characters and a couple down the road like Eddie Gordo and he was my jam. Yoshimitsu and Eddie Gordo. I mixed Eddie and never mind.
Say that's
Mortal
wrong
Kombat.
franchise.
Yeah. Eddie Gordo and Yoshimitsu were my two that I went to big time. Like I was so good with them. And I have not played 8, but I've seen it played. And I think out of this list, that's like the most amazing game out of this. And that's what I'll say out of it. But I've not seen Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I've not seen the Versus Rising, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising, Marvel versus Capcom. Like you said, it's just all ports. And Multiverses I've played. So, it was enjoyable, but it just seems like a knockoff of a Nintendo game, to be honest.
That's why every single game that even tries dies, because the fucking fan base for Smash Bros is so.
They just try and strangle it at every opportunity. That's
Yeah.
why like what was it? Nick's Smash Brawl or whatever? Like that died pretty much immediately. Then it
And it
came
was
out with a
fun.
sequel.
It was fun. At least the second one was really fun. They fucked it up really badly. Like
Mm-hmm.
any game like that dies because of the Smash Bros community, and that's
Yeah.
just It's
Look,
awful because
I-
multiverses does have potential. You know,
It
the
does.
saltiness of Jason being there aside.
Jason, yes.
But everybody shat on it, and Player First Games tried. But now Warner Bros. Is just pulling a lot of their funding away,
Yeah.
and they're just kind of doing with what they got.
I mean, let's face it. There's a lot of the aspects that are like, Smash Brothers. But why isn't Nintendo suing them? Like,
because they're not direct. It's not like a direct like takeaway.
Call out?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like when I look at multiverses and Smash Bros, yeah, I see the similarities, but I don't necessarily like just immediately be like, oh yeah, that's just Smash Bros. When I look at Power World and Pokemon, I'm like, I don't know.
And see, the thing that irks me the most is that, like, they clearly tried to differentiate it by making it play like Ark. I don't think that was to its benefit. Like, I was interested in Power World, and then I found out it played like Ark, and I was just like, well, I'd rather just play Ark.
well,
I don't know, that's just me. But
The only thing Pal World has over Ark is that you can put your slaves to
works.
work, your pals.
you could also give them guns. So, that's a perk, give your pals guns and
I
whatnot.
would just like to summarily execute Pikachu once with a 12 gauge.
But yeah, so anyways, from talk of what Ocean just said, let's go to the best family game. Princess Peach Showtime, Astrobot,
What, porno or is that a game?
Super Mario Party Jamboree, The Legends of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, or The Plucky Squire. So let's start with who cares first? Anybody?
Nope.
No, look, I gotta give
Can we choose Balatro?
no.
Oh, what's wrong, man? You don't want to play a round of Mario Party with us?
I would love to play around. I was
fucking
see,
pushy.
see, if I would have if you would have given a little bit more time, I would have said out of this choices, I would have chose Super Mario Party Jamboree just because
Just pick it anyways. Mario always wins.
Mario does always win. You're not wrong. But yeah, that would be my choice. I don't know. I don't know what Princess Peach Showtime is.
I heard that one was actually pretty
own
decent.
game. It was decent.
Yeah, it is
but
just
it's not-
her own game, but
It's not something that we would really
Groundbreaking.
play.
no, it's not something we would play. But I have heard it's decent, and I've seen gameplay of it. Like it's not, again, nothing special, but
Yeah.
it's fine, I guess.
All right. Well,
All right, Mario Jamboree, awesome. I'll see you guys for the session next year.
all right. So the next
Maybe
one
we'll
is
get
the
a better
best.
lineup.
Hey,
Yeah.
that would be nice. I would. I've got Mario Party. What is it? 8 or whatever. Mario Party, whatever the heck it is on the last one that I had. But anyways, I'd be down to play some Mario Party, Jamboree or whatever. But so the next one is the best sim strategy game. Man, really? You're gonna couple Sims games and strategy games? Interesting.
Well, I don't think they
Seems
mean
kind of-
sim in that way.
No. Like simulator games. I know what they're talking about. Not like sim as in like the Sims.
Here, I'll just give my answer, Manalords. Continue.
Well, let me read the nominees. First one is Frostpunk 2, Age of Mythology Retold, Kunitsu Gami, Path of the Goddess. I hope I said that right. Manor Lords or Unicorn Overlord. I'm assuming Age of Mythology is based off of like the Age of Empires games and stuff like that. So if I was to choose one, I would choose that. If too bad Civilization 7's not out yet, but it looks so good. Have you guys seen any like trailers or anything for Civ 7?
Nope.
It looks so good. I really definitely want to play it. So what about anybody else? What do you guys choose on this best sim strategy game?
Frostpunk 2.
Nice. What about you, Arson? Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
The teacher called on him. He's got to think.
Frostpunk or
Okay.
Manor Lords. I don't care. Whatever makes you happy, Teach.
None of it does.
Pete's sake.
All right, so this next one for me is kind of interesting because it's a sports category without Madden on it. It's kind of weird.
WWE. Move on.
Yeah, so best sports / racing game is F124, EA Sports, FC 25. We got NBA 2K25, Topspin 2K25, or WWE 2K24. I agree with Arson that WWE 2K24 should win that one, like hands down. It's got so many different modes on it. It's like so much you could do. Granted, they also have a bunch of microtransactions on that game, but well, what the heck?
You don't have to worry about the microtransactions when you can just download any character you want from the community page.
That's right. And it's so good, isn't it? Like you just go in there and you can find any type of character. Like I guarantee if you went in there and wanted to look for like a Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers, they have it. The SpongeBob, they have it. You know.
Queso, they have.
But yeah, so I really do think that one is the top out of that category, 100%. None other ones that could beat that. So, Graham Ocean, what do you think, or do you care?
I don't care about any of the sport shit I don't play.
Yeah, I figured. All right. Well, if no one else has anything else to say, let's go to the best multiplayer game. And we're actually we're getting close to the end. We've got like three more categories.
I mean, I think we all know what we're all going to choose on the multiplayer front.
So,
yes.
Best multiplayer game is Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, or Warhammer 4K Space Marine 2. So, Ocean, I know he's going to choose Warhammer. 120%.
I am.
Yeah.
Grim. I like some of the other games on this list, but yeah. I'm choosing Warhammer by far.
What about you, Grim?
I mean, yeah, some of these other games are pretty decent, but I'm just gonna have to say Warhammer, I guess.
All right, and Arson.
A Mario Party.
Hey, you know what? I'm splitting it. I'm going with you, buddy. Mario Party it is. So because
Mario Party supremacy.
All right, so here comes the next one, and this is, for some reason, I don't know why it's in the video game category, because it's a best adaptation of a video game. And
Knuckles.
I can't say my explanation on your podcast.
So we have Arcane, Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon, Yakuza, and Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft. So Arson already said Knuckles.
For the meme.
For the meme.
I was about to say, from what I know, there's only two actual like competitors, and Knuckles is one of them.
Yeah. Well, I have not seen Knuckles all the way, but it looks really good. I heard from a source that Arcane is like the greatest freaking animated show of all time.
It's beautifully animated, but I don't know how to feel about the plot.
Yeah. Well, and it doesn't help that, like
it comes
the
from
series,
a game that we don't care about.
Right. Who cares about that game? But the thing is like Netflix already canceled Arcane. They did it before they released the second season. So, it's supposed to spawn off into like 2 or 3 different like shows. But I saw this and I was like, well, a friend of ours, Lippy, is going to be devastated. Because that's all she's been talking about for weeks is Arcane. I've not seen Like a Dragon Yakuza, whatever you want to call it.
You're best off not.
Is it a live show or is it?
All you need to know is that they never even let the actors play the games to figure out what anybody was doing. So
oh gosh,
it is its own thing.
I heard Fallout was really good.
It is a pretty good adaptation.
I have
like
not
the
seen
humor.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to go with you probably with Knuckles because that's the most I've seen out of all these.
Attaboy.
I've seen Knuckles more, and like I love what they've done with the Sonic series.
You should probably finish it before the third movie comes out. We're
Yeah.
kind of in the final stretch here.
Yeah, and definitely. A matter of fact, I may go watch it this coming week. Put off watching some of the Transformer stuff I've been watching, and finish out Knuckles. But yeah, what about you, Grim? What do you choose?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Knuckles too, just because like Fallout's neat, but I don't really much care for the actual series. I will say the hype around the Fallout show made me try Fallout 4, and Fallout 4 was good. It's kind of it, but yeah, no, I'm gonna go with Knuckles just because I actually have an attachment to Sonic more so than Fallout.
What about Fallout 76? You didn't mention that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yes, I love fighting a giant radioactive bat with nothing but my power gloves.
Good thing Bones isn't here, you know. Okay, and Ocean, what would you choose out of these 5?
None.
None?
Just join the Knuckles Nation, man.
I'm so uninterested in watching any of these more than I've seen them. Honestly.
It's okay. You can just say Knuckles, and we can move on.
Sure, we'll go Knuckles.
All right.
Awesome. Knuckles Nation.
Knuckles Nation. All right, and that leads us to the final category because, like I said, we're not doing the last 4 after this. The most anticipated game.
Monster Hunter Wilds.
So Monster Hunter Wilds is on there.
Auto 6.
Death Stranding, Stranding 2 on the beach. Ghost of Yotai.
Yote. I don't know.
Yote.
Just say Yeti. Ghost of Yeti.
Ghost of
Even though it's not
Yeti.
right.
Then we've got Grand Theft Auto 6 and Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I would have to say out of these games, it would have to be, and no disrespect to Arson's choice, but it'd have to be Grand Theft Auto 6. Like so many people have been waiting for this game for years. And it's finally going to be here like this year coming up in 2025.
I really hope you didn't just jinx yourself and they delay it another half a year.
Well, they could do what they want because, you know, the thing is they said they don't care. Like Rockstar already came out and said they don't really care because there's nobody that could compete with that genre of game because they're the only one of their type. And it's like that's pretty jackass to say something like that. Like you guys are a bunch of jackasses to even bring that up.
But it's not wrong.
They're not wrong. No, they're not. But they're just like, we can do whatever we want because you're not gonna. You'll keep playing Grand Theft Auto 5 until 6 comes out. Like
you have no one else.
I was gonna say.
You
I was gonna say
have me.
Yeah, and what other game do they have? They have Red Dead Redemption 2, which is still their game. That's the only competing game they can do, and that's like that at all.
You know what they can freaking revive? L.A. Noire.
L.A. Noire.
Bastards.
That was a good game.
But yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds. I mean, I am anticipating 6, but like it's more of just like waiting on it at this point. Like
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not as huge on it as I was back then. I feel like 5's whole lifespan kind of ruined a lot of the hype for me. Just seeing like a game where we all just cruised around in cars now evolve into a game where people fly around in their cars. It's just like, yeah, I'm out.
But GTA 5 is like all of your guys' childhood. Like
Nope.
in adulthood.
I never even got to play it as a kid. I didn't play it till
us
bought it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I've watched a lot, but
Ocean has enjoyed it. Of course, his character looks like a pedophile, but
yeah, dude, you saw the parents, bro. He almost lucked out on what he looks like.
Oh my gosh, it's I want to say one thing though about Monster Hunter Wilds. And this is directly at Arson. Arson, I started playing World this week, and I started playing with Zombie. So it's quite interesting. I've heard about how Zombie can rage out at something.
Oh really?
I have never seen it at all until yesterday. And Zombie, I love you, brother, and I hope you don't get upset with me telling this story, but we were playing World, and it's stupid. Look, if there's one thing I do not like about that game is that you cannot go together at the start of a mission and do it.
Which monster was it?
Which one was it? It was the one that you fight after the it was the one with the T-Rex looking one.
Anjanath, yep.
Yep.
Makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
So he raged out at that. I beat mine and then joined his really quick to try to help him. And by that time, and I beat him for him, but he rage quit. And I was wondering why his character was just standing there. And turns out he broke his keyboard, his mouse, put a hole in the wall, bloodied his hand and bruised his hand.
Oh my god.
And
what
the
fuck?
And I got a message saying I'm done. So, and this is not me laughing. This was like, oh man, I've never seen it. Like, I've seen Chad rage quit. I've seen Chad put holes in walls and break his controller, break his monitor screen, break like all this other stuff, but I've never seen Zombie do it. So I seen it yesterday. And he said he uninstalled the game, but he came back and he told me if I can get a couple people that would help us with it, he would come back. So I put it out there, and Princess and Deadly both came in and helped out. But at that point, he was already gone. He was doing stuff. So he reinstalled it. And I got a message last night saying it's reinstalled. But yeah, so that's interesting to see that. And but I don't like, that's the one thing I can say about about World, is that I don't like how you can't start out together. I think that if you are in the same world or partied up, you should be able to go through the stuff together instead of waiting until you're done with like the part where you can ask for an SOS or after a cutscene. I think that's stupid.
That's the most annoying thing. The cutscene thing, that is something I genuinely hate.
Let me ask you, did they do that in the next game?
They fixed that in Rise.
Thank goodness, because I'm down to try play Rise a little bit easier now than I was. But I do like it. I've had no problem in Worlds. Like, the only problem I had is when Princess and Deadly joined me, and their characters are so high leveled that it was just like, I don't know. Like, I guess when you team up like that, it raises the difficulty. And
yep.
So yeah, so like between their levels and stuff, and Deadly was running all over the place so fast, not trying to show me, and at the same time I got a really bad headache, so I was just like, I was like, I'm done, I'm gonna go relax. But I have not had a problem with that game. As a matter of fact, I didn't get downed at all until after they got in there. I played all of those previous matches, and that's including with the T-Rex looking dude and all that stuff, and I did not get down once. So
what weapon do you use?
It's the axe sword thingy.
The Swax. Nice.
And I've tried other ones. Of course, I did the Buster Sword because I was like, oh yeah, I got to do the Buster Sword, but it's too slow. It's powerful, but it's too slow.
So I got a buddy, right? He mains Greatsword. For the life of me, I've tried to use Greatsword. I genuinely have. And I'll see him hit stuff that I didn't think was possible, and I'm like, you're using black magic. There's no other way.
Yeah, so there's that. I tried the katanas after that, and then I tried something else. And then after all that, I was like, I'm going to try this one. And that's my sword. That's the thing I like. I really enjoy using those, and that's what I'm going to use from here on out. And it's powerful, too, because I upgraded it, and it's as powerful as that Buster Sword was. So... which
I'll say this.
What?
I'll say this. Definitely try to dip your toes in other weapons and stuff, because certain monsters do counter certain weapons.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you will run into a monster that is just not fun to fight with Swax. I should know. I was stubborn enough when I first started. I beat the entire base game with nothing but Swax. It was atrocious. But now that I actually play pretty much every weapon, I can fight so many different monsters with so many different weapons.
Yeah.
that's the thing that I think is most fun about Monster Hunter. Not only fighting the monsters, but fighting them in different styles.
Yeah. So
Assassin can't agree because all he uses is dual blades. But
That's in Rise.
I would love to have Arson get these games and play with us because it was him and Zombie. It was actually him that talked me into wanting to play it, and I want to play with him and Zombie. That's the key. But he doesn't want to buy the game for Steam because he'd have to start all over, basically.
Yeah, it's not that I don't want to buy it, it's that I have to start from the very beginning. And then I have to make my whole character again, which if I do get it, I'll just randomize it at this point.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is right now it's on sale. It's got the Black Friday sale where it's under $10. And so if you do that, you could get that and Rise and play along with us. And I
have to get to your level then because it seems like you already got some progress in.
Well, I've got the first part of it done. Yeah, it wouldn't take long. But the thing is I can join you for that then because I've already done all of it so I can hop in and hang out. But the thing is if you do that, then we can play. But I was saying all that about World to say this, like I wasn't very much so anticipating Wilds at all because I never played Monster Hunter. But that being said, I look forward to Wilds because I actually watched some of the stuff on it. Man, it looks so good.
They improved on a lot of the weapon handling, which some people don't really like. But honestly, I really like that you can actually aim with your greatsword now.
Oh man. So yeah, that's a lot better because I was sitting there with my greatsword I was using. I was swinging everywhere but hitting the monster. Like it was so annoying.
The only change that I think is genuinely stupid that they made is everyone knows that longsword is like just objectively one of the best weapons in Monster Hunter, right?
They made it even better.
They did. They don't incentivize playing other weapons when longsword. It's great against most monsters. It does the only weapon that does more damage than it in like a hunt is arguably Charge Blade. And that's if you build Charge Blade right. But like there's a special attack called the Spirit Slash for longsword, right? Where you jump off the monster and you bring the sword down in like a massive anime slash, and it does like a whole bunch of super big cuts, right? And the whole point of that was you had to learn the monster's moveset so you could know when to properly time it, right? Now you could just cancel it. So if you miss, you there's no drawback. So it's like, okay, well, why not cancel Charge Blade's TCS? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like so that you get all your files back. Exactly. You know, it's like I don't necessarily hate the idea, you know, keeping your bar, you know, yada yada yada. It's just that like, why are you only giving something like that to longsword when other weapons arguably need it more, right?
So
clearly, that's a big reason why.
Go ahead. Sorry,
go ahead. I was gonna say that's a big reason why I do like longsword. Longsword is fun to play, but I don't play it often just because it makes a lot of fights just too easy.
All right, so clearly, guys, before we turn this into a Monster Hunter podcast,
too late.
We're gonna have to move on. But
content creator of the year, Queso. All right, thanks for coming by, everybody.
I don't even care about the content creator of the year. That's the only one I know.
It's obviously going to be Queso.
So obviously. But that being said, guys, it looks like we're gonna maybe have to do a Monster Hunter podcast down in the near future, maybe, and it'll just be Grim and Arson talking about their
pretty
amazing
much
adventures. So, but anyways, guys, I want to thank you all for being here. If you want to know more about From the Ashes podcast, check the thing in the description. Click that link and it'll take you to a bunch of different things for From the Ashes. Other than that, I hope you guys have had a fabulous Thanksgiving. I hope you guys have a great week, and let us know what you guys think in the comments about our mess of an episode we just had. I want to thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys have a great week, and we are out.
Balatro sweep.